Happy 4th of July, everybody. If I had a flag, I'd be waving it, but I don't have a little flag. I hope your day today is filled with family and friends and food and lots of fun. And let us not forget the reason for today's holiday. Congress officially adopted the Declaration of Independence, removing the 13 colonies from British rule. Even though historians believe the actual signing of the Declaration of Independence wasn't until August 2nd, 1776, we still celebrate this day as America's birthday, the birth of American independence. While we are still a long way from perfect in our country functions, it is still one great country that I am grateful to live in. Hi, my name is Patricia Charpentier, and welcome to episode 90 of the Life Writers Vlog, where you can find inspiration and useful tips to help you write your life stories. I can't believe it. We are closing in on 100 episodes of the Life Writers Vlog. That is just amazing. I think we need to celebrate, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. How do you think we should celebrate the 100th episode? If you've got any ideas, go ahead and share them down in the comments section below, and we'll see what we can come up for that big number 100 when we go into triple digits. But why we're here today is to dig into my book, Eating an Elephant, Write Your Life One Bite at a Time, and see what of its 200 bites we can learn from. Today is a bonus because we're going to focus on 2 bites instead of 1 like we normally do. The first bite is bite number 80, and it's called Set the Stage. Set the stage, and we're going to do the one right below it, which is bite number 81, the place where it all happens. The two kind of go together because they both focus on what writers call setting. And setting is the area where a story takes place. Simple enough, right? Yes, it's easy enough to write about the place where the story happens, but more often than not, we neglect to include it. I'm not sure why that is, but I see it all the time, even in my own writing. We give a lot of the page to what happened, to whom, but we don't say much about where the story took place. The location may be a big part of the story, or it may not be that significant, but everything happens somewhere. Think about when you watch a play. There are usually props all around the stage. There are usually backdrops. Unless it's in a black box show, there is going to be some type of setting created on that stage. These props and those set designs give the story context and often situate it in time and place. There are so many ways to describe place. What it looks like, the weather, seasons, the history. But don't forget also to pull your other senses besides sight. Smell, sound, the feel of the place, even the taste of a place, if certain foods help to characterize the location. In this section of Eating an Elephant, I've been walking the reader through the process of brainstorming a story before they actually begin to write. And what I used as an example is when I was a kid, I used to go fishing with my grandpa every chance I got. He loved to fish, I liked to fish, and I loved being with my grandpa. So it worked out great for us. In bite number 81, I suggested the reader make a list of the different locations where the story they're working on takes place. These are the places I included: the sugarcane field, that my grandpa and I rode through to get to our fishing hole. Inside my grandpa's truck, used to get to the fishing hole, the Sharonton Canal, where we fished, and the bank of the canal where we sat to drop our lines into the water. For each of those 4 places, I brainstormed some characteristics. These are some of the ones that I wrote down. This is by no means an exhaustive list, but it's just enough to give you an idea. First, the cane field. Tall stalks of sugar cane, a double-track rutted dirt road, bright sunshine. Grandpa's truck, a Ford, windows rolled down, air and dust flying into the truck. Summertime's heat made me stick to the vinyl seat. His tools in the back of the truck. Usually he was smoking a cigarette and blew smoke out the window. The Sharonton Canal. Sharonton is a little bitty town where we lived in South Louisiana, and the canal is at the end of a sugarcane field. Muddy water, very slow moving, a man-made canal to connect 2 larger bodies of water. The bank of the canal was overgrown with weeds, but there was a small grassy area padded down, which is where we fished, and there was a 2 or 3 foot drop to the water, depending upon the level of the water, and there were blackberry vines all around. Now, I may not use all of those details, and I may think of others as I write the story, but I could pick and choose the details that would help me to paint a picture in the reader's mind. I don't want them to think this fishing trip could have happened anywhere. I want them to see and experience the place where my grandpa and I fished. This process I described is something I suggest you do every time you write a story. Make a list of the locations where it took place, list a few characteristics of each location, and then pick and choose what details you use to help bring that place to life for the reader. Make it a part of your editing process to see if you have given some space to where the story took place. Tell us about your experience with writing about place. Is it something you remember to include when you write your stories? Does including place come naturally to you, or do you make a conscious decision to insert details about the location? If not, will this quick brainstorming exercise possibly become a part of your editing process? Tell us about it in the comments section below. Know that it's better to give a few details about the story setting, but even if you don't, remember the only way to do this wrong is to not do it at all. The only way to do this wrong is to not do it at all. Until next time, happy writing, everybody.
Don't miss the next episode. Sign up to be notified of future posts and upcoming events. Use the buttons below to share this episode on social media or with a friend who might like it. If you enjoyed this week's episode, you will love our Life Writers membership. Whether you don't know where to start writing your life stories, have started and stopped many times, or have been writing but want to receive feedback to make your stories better, the Life Writers membership is where you need to be. We have a Get Started roadmap, an extensive library of instructional videos, live events via Zoom, and a supportive and active community. If you want to take the stories that live in your heart and mind and put them into words on the page, check out Life Writers at lifewriters.us.